Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all my wonderful, juicy, and delicious little subscribers out there. And how I love you all so, and I hope that you're all super duper well, super duper wonderful, and super duper delicious wherever you are in the world. And that life is treating you oh so wonderfully. Okay, so much love to you all, my delicious little babies. Now, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to any passers-by. And I hope that you too are having a super duper and delicious and wonderful time wherever you are in the world, okay? And that life is treating you also most wonderfully. So what do? 3, 2, 1, beam me up, my juicy little lads. Thank you, little lads. You're lovely and bright. Oh, they are lovely and bright, aren't they, my delicious little babies? Just had to flipping untangle them, you know. Right now then, and weather in our old neck of the woods in the old UK, well, you know, they are many clouds out there today, my delicious little babies. Not a lot of wind, and it is rather dry. It could differ in other parts of the old UK. Now then, so what it is, I've got a number of things I want to say today, okay? So, if you do enjoy my videos, if you could please click on the like, and thank you so very much to anybody who even takes time to even listen to my videos, okay, and sometimes with my beautiful and delicious dear little friend Kaz, and our videos as well, and you know, and for clicking on the likes. Thank you very much in the views. And also, if you'd like to subscribe, and please and thank you. Now then, let's get into this. So, well, I'm going to save, you know, a certain for last, right? So we've got the France protests carrying on, which of course, you know, it did get rather violent, my delicious little babies, okay? And also, when you actually look, I actually seen just a small video from a gentleman who I've advertised before. You'll be able to find who I've advertised, you know, on a regular basis on one of my other videos, okay? Please and thank you, my delicious little babies. Anyway, well, and he was showing, you know, France in 1920. Well, it was a completely different setup then. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? Yes. Okay. But of course, you know, when you look at it now, I mean, you know, I'm just going to say something here, my delicious little babies. I do not blame the protesters at all, because the reason why, they've got a shite prime minister in that flipping Macron. Okay. So, you know, what's happening is, you know, they're trying to get, there we go, they're trying to get rid of him. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, which is really what we should do with all the putrid flipping governments globally. Get rid of every single one of them, because they're putrid, okay? And they're all bought little lackeys and plebs and twats, okay? So no respect for that man there. But when you take a look at how France is looking, well, you know, I mean, God bless, you know, but it really does look like a flipping complete dumping ground. And what's so sad, it's like any country, whether it's, you know, our UK, whether it's France, wherever it is in the globe, yes, to have it looking in such a state is, well, it's just disgusting. Okay, and really no living being should have to live, or beautiful little animals, birdies, creatures great and small, you know, anywhere globally should have to live like that. Okay, so it's absolutely flipping disgusting, which of course, you know, and you know, and then you hear about, which we have for donkeys years, haven't we? I love little donkeys, I love all animals, creatures, great and small, little birdies. But we've heard globally for decades, haven't we? So it's attacks on this, attacks on that, attacks on the other, right? And they do flipping F all to flipping help. Do you see what I mean? But they want the old ka-ching, pound, shilling, pence, dollars and change. That's what they want. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little baby? So yeah, so this is what we seem to be continuing to see. But God bless the dear French. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Yes, because at the end of the day, they're standing up for their rights. Okay, and of course, I've been saying long time in our neck of the woods in the old UK, there needs to be more of a rise up, and God bless our dear English who was protesting, and there still are protests that go on in different places in our neck of the woods in the old UK. Do you see what I mean? But we need much larger. There we go. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, okay. Because let me tell you, with the French, they do not flipping ramp. Do you see what I mean? I mean flipping business. Do you know what I mean? It did get flipping pretty violent, my delicious little babies, okay? Oh, and also, I've heard, and again, this is on another channel that I've advertised rather a lot, since I started on the 19th of December 2021, which again, you can find on, previous videos, okay, that I've done, okay. And yes, well, there was protesting still in Greece to do with that train crash. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? Well, at the end of the day, I do not blame any of them. They want answers, don't they? For why this has happened. I mean, this should not be happening. Do you see? So, it's like I said before, and I'm saying it again, this is all, everything that happens, it's man-made, and it's there we go, and it's deliberate, okay? And it's just so sad. So God bless, the dear Greece protesters and everything like that as well. God bless them as well. Do you know what I mean? Yes. And of course, if we look in parts of America, do you see what I'm saying? I mean, it's just disgusting what's going on. And I mean, there was another train crash there, wasn't there? I forgot to mention that the other day in Virginia. Do you see? So you had Ohio, Virginia. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? So it seems to be bang, 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 one thing after another. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? But it's like I said before, and I'm saying it again. You see, to me, it's as though something is being, well, there's been quite a few things actually, dismantled, yes, okay? And this is what it is, okay? So, and what we're seeing is, seems to be the makings of what they're trying to do, trying to accomplish. There we go. Do you see what I'm saying? She wants a little about this, yes? So that's what's going on there. But God bless, the French, and God bless the Americans who are, having to live in awful conditions, in some places. And God bless the Greece, okay? Just God bless, do you see what I'm saying to you, yes? And of course, and God bless Pakistan, and God bless, different places at the end of the day. God bless Syria, God bless. Do you understand what I'm saying to you, yes? Because you see, it's one set who are doing all of this, there we go, okay? With the help of their little lackeys, there we go. Do you see what I'm saying to you, yes? But I always say, they can keep doing whatever they... Do you see what I'm saying to you? I mean, obviously, I do not mean it, but it is going to continue to cause destruction, because the reason why, you see, when somebody does not want to accept defeat, okay, let's just look at this in a different way. So let's look at a sport. I mean, let's just give an example. So you look at a sport. So if you look over the decades, yes, so I'm just going to say it's like, there we go, like a boxing match. That's what comes to me, to my noddle, right? And then you've got somebody who loses, okay, because you've got to have one who wins, one who loses, and then, occasionally you'll get a draw, okay? But say if somebody, and for some of you delicious little babies out there, right, who have followed boxing on and off over the years, I mean, I've followed some on and off over the years, just like I have with other sports, do you see what I'm saying, yes? But say if you've got somebody who loses, yes, and we have to say God bless, but sometimes it's like sour grapes. So that's just a figure of speech. It's an old-fashioned saying. So they have sour grapes. So they say, right, okay. So what happens is then you've got the trainers and everything like that, and all the hype and everything, to have a rerun. Do you see what I mean? So it's like a rematch, yes? And then, of course, we've seen many over the years, yes, okay, where they've done it again and then they've got banged out again. Do you see what I'm saying to you, yes? So that's when you have to just accept that it's defeat. But what's happening is, as the net tightens, okay, these, okay, are finding that they're not being able to gain all of the full control. Okay, there we go, right? So what do? They create as much problems as possible, yes, okay? They create as much destruction, the passings away, very sadly, well, whatever. It's like a steamroller, isn't it? If something gets into your path, boom, do you see what I mean? Just go over it. That's how they operate. But they do not see. So in a way, the way I'm going to put it is, it's like their noddles are like machines, okay? But not machines like a robot. I'm not talking about that with the little babies. What I'm talking about is that all that they think about is ka-ching. They do not look at, well, what would be named, human emotion in any way. They really couldn't give a shite about that, okay? Now, I did a video where I mentioned George Soros, and it was, you know, where I'd mentioned a video, you know, to go and look at, okay, where he had, like, you know, a very wealthy businessman, yes, of course, you know, again, at the expense of everybody else, okay? And, but then he went through a stage where he lost everything, yes? And then he even went through a stage, because he was just like a machine. Do you see what I'm saying to you, yes? Where he said, you know, to do with money, and he said, you know, he said, and I'm not going to let it give me a heart attack. Do you see what I'm saying to you, yes? Okay, and this is what happens when ones, very sadly, are ruled by ka-ching, okay? They see nothing else. All they see is dollar signs. There we go, that's it, that's all they see. So they do not see human emotion. So, and I should imagine that it's like it's in their there we go, if I even say it, in their personal lives as well. And of course, that could be another reason as well why they behave the way they do to, say, the normal man and woman, you know, because you have a lot of man and woman out there, you know, who like to, you know, show the love. Do you know what I mean? You have some beautiful couples, you know, young and old. You know, where, you know, and, you know, I say the lucky ones, because they are very lucky, you know, because I've done readings and everything for years, do you see what I mean? And it's not always very happy ending, but you do get some where, you know, and if they're together as a couple and they're super duper happy and you know, beautifully, everything's beautiful and wonderful, yes, then they're truly blessed, aren't they? Do you see what I'm saying to you? Because that is an emotion, isn't it? Yes, it's an emotion. But for these, they have no emotion, okay? And I should imagine, and I should very well imagine that that they have not been brought up with that type of emotion. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, it's either they haven't been shown the love, they haven't been shown the respect, they haven't been shown anything. So to me, this is very, very, very deep, therefore I even say it's very deep rooted. Do you see? So because of that, they do not like to see others happy. I said it before and I say it again, but you know, they need to go within themselves, yes? You know, for everything that they cause. Do you see what I mean? It's like, you know, when things happen, earthquakes, everything, like I said, was man-made. But no matter what happens, they I do not mean it like that, by the way, okay? They show no emotion at all. Like it doesn't matter somebody's life, or little animals, or birdies, or creatures great and small. They just couldn't give a shite. Do you see? So, like I say, you have to see how they've been brought up how they've been brought up themselves. I've said it over the months. Do you see? So because they cannot control things, this is what's happening, and they're not wanting to accept the defeat, my delicious little babies out there, right? Because some of you will get me, and delicious little babies, and some delicious little babies will not. But what I'm saying is that this is one of those situations, yes? okay? So to try and get the power, you know, they want to bring in digital ID. I've talked about that as well, you know, so that they can get more power, you know, just like in our old China. Do you see what I mean? Everything on the social credit system and everything like that. Do you see what I mean? But, I mean, if you really look at it, how boring. You know, if you look at it, right, you know, for myself, I'm speaking for myself now, and there'll be many other delicious little babies out there, and for yourselves, and, you know, millions of others, right, would have absolutely no interest whatsoever on spying on somebody else. It's of no interest whatsoever. Well, I wouldn't find it interesting, not at all. I mean, really, what are you going to get out of it? Do you see what I mean? Unless you're trying to study somebody else, say. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, so you're trying to work somebody else out. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? Yes, so that could be one. Another one could be, you know, somebody's perverted in some way. Do you know what I mean? Have to spy. You know, you could have another way that somebody's a stalker. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. But if you look at it, what a flipping boring life. You know, to want to know what everybody else is doing. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. It's like, have you ever watched films? Somebody's just come into me noddle. It's like, have you ever watched films and you've seen like an alien? And like this alien, and it sort of goes, and the way it looks, you know, then its eyes sort of go like this, and then, I know what I'm talking about, right? So then it's like, it's like that. Do you see what I'm saying to you, delicious? You're going to know what I'm on about, some of you delicious and beautiful little babies out there. You'll get my meaning. It's like when you're looking at something that you simply do not understand. And that's how these are. So they're looking at us because they find us very hard to understand. Yes? Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? So that's that then. So yeah, it's like, you know, they should just accept defeat and just be done with it. But, you know, they're just going to carry on causing this flipping grief for as long as they can. But I always say, you know, when the blocks fall, well, there we go, they fall, don't they? Right, now then, so the next thing I want to talk about, now I want to discuss something here, right? So I was listening, and actually again I forgot about it because I tried to cover different things, there we go, on my videos, okay? But you've heard me say before, if we're looking at Donald Trump as a businessman, right? Well, like I said, I mean, it's just best really that he should really just stick to being a businessman, yes? But and then we hear about these freedom cities. So you've got the WEF on one side, the World Economic Forum on one side, right? Where they talk about, and everything's 15-minute cities here and 15-minute cities there, you know, the one everybody, I'm living in a box, I'm living in a cardboard box, okay? You've got that situation there. Then you've got the other situation where Donald Trump, you know, and should he get into power, where he's saying, right, okay, well, you know, we'll have freedom cities. Well, I've got nothing against Donald. I mean, I personally find him amusing. There we go. That's just me. Okay? We're basing it on his personality, not in that way, my delicious little babies, right? If you're basing it on that, I mean, he's rather a comedian. I mean, he does come out with some funny things. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Yes? But what I'm saying is that ones, and in America, my delicious little babies, right? So I'm not putting your man down there. I'm not. But I'm wanting those of you out there, my delicious little babies, you know, for the American, yes? The Americans, sorry. To really spare a thought very carefully about this, okay? Now, the reason why I'm saying this is that I'm looking at some of the things that Donald Trump did, which, yes, we could say, okay, he's done all right there. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? But then we can say other things where, do you see? So again, this is one against the other. It's just like in our neck of the woods in the old UK, these putrid flipping Conservative, right, against Labour. It's the same thing. So one brings one thing then to the table and then the other brings the other, okay? But I always say the proof is in the pudding, isn't it? But one must look at this from a different angle. Freedom, cities. Can you see what I'm saying to you? So it's cities again. Can you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? I know what I'm talking about here, and I'm hoping for you, my delicious little babies, beautiful that you are out there, that you are also getting me, because I know that some of you will, my little babies, but other little babies will not. And especially if they're very much into our Donald Trump. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, it's like you can never see the wood for the trees. And that's one of the biggest mistakes to make. Yes. So what I would be interested to know, I've seen bits here and there, by the way. But what I'm going to say to you is what I'm interested to know. So what are these freedom cities going to be like? So you have the ones with the WEF talking about, the flipping knock-up flipping blocks like there's no tomorrow, right? And then you've got the freedom cities where apparently, for ones to have houses. Are you seeing where I'm going with this, my delicious little babies? Yes? If it was up to me, from what I've been following and things like this, I would say no. I wouldn't trust any of it, okay? Because to me, I've said it before and I say it again, even with Donald Trump, he wants to do the right thing, okay? The fact of the matter is, as long as those, no, okay? And once others understand this, because this is what this is about, to get it into their old noddles, then we're all on the same song sheet, right? I'm not saying to anybody, do not vote for me personally, and I've gone on about it for months. I'm not voting for nobody. I just want them all banged out. Do you understand what I mean? Get rid of them all, because they're poison. It's poison. They tell you what they want you to hear. So when the others out there hearing about the WEF, for the ones who do know, right, then you've got somebody comes along and says, freedom cities. Doesn't that sound delicious? Yes. Oh, you can have your own house, you can have that freedom. But the cities, how far do these cities go? See? Can you see what I'm saying? Yes? So the way I see it is, for these putrid governments, they tell everybody out there what they want them to hear. Well, for some who are interested, right? And then once they get the power, I said it before and I say it again, once they get the power, it all changes. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? So we go back to the same thing again. A wolf in sheep's clothing. Okay? Now, unless we get rid of the scum, all the scum, yes, which is the putrid governments and, and anyone else, and putrid flipping councils and everything, unless we get rid of those, right, and you just start a clean slate. There we go. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Then really, one man cannot change everything. Do you see what I'm saying? Now, over the decades, right, it's like, America's been so important. Well, no, they're flipping not. And I do not mean the American, I do not like this, anyway, I'll just say man or woman. I was going to say people, sheep, or what I just did, right? I'm not talking about the Americans, okay, who live, right? I'm talking about those who run it. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Right? So the fact of the matter is quite simply this. America is no more important, my delicious little babies, than anywhere else globally. Okay, yet everybody at one time, I mean, you had everything from celebrities to, well, you name it, to comedians, to everybody. Oh, I've got to crack America. Singers, oh, I've got to crack America. Then they'd be flipping devastated, you know, if they couldn't get that far. There we go. And then you got other ones who did get that far. And of course, for some of these singers and everything, well, we all know long time, don't we? It ends up flipping all satanic and bought and everything like that, yes? So at the end of the day, ones have just got to wake up now, smell the coffee and see it for what it flipping damn well is. So no, I'm going to be honest, and nothing against Donald Trump there, right? Because like I say, I mean, if he was just like to do the politics and all that, I'd be calling him putrid as well, like the rest of them. But because we know he's a businessman, do you see what I'm saying to you? That is slightly different. But what I'm going to say to you is, right, is at the end of the day, because it is, isn't it? It is different to the others who are all flipping one box, you know, for them. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? So my answer to the Freedom Cities, and I would advise any American, is no. That's the best advice I can give. Please do not fall for this. There we go. Wouldn't fall for it at all. Okay? Two sides of the same coin. Said it before and I'll say it again. Okay? Now then, I was listening to another video, okay, yesterday evening, because I have mentioned all different sites, you know, the one I missed out the other day. Flipping, oh, why did I miss that out? Rumble. Okay, so, you know, I can get this, you know, Rumble, BitChute, and I happen to be listening to this on BitChute, okay? And this video has gone out to everybody in my dog and burn, okay? It's only about 10 minutes something long, okay? Or it could be 11, I don't know. Anyway, the fact of the matter is BitChute. Of course, you know, you can also go on to brand new Tube, Telegram, where else? Odyssey, Locals, Rockfin, okay? You know, there's different ones you can go on, my delicious little babies, yes, to get information. I'm not going to go any further with my information, my delicious little babies, because I said on a previous video weeks ago that I was, you know, mentioning those for the last time who I, you know, felt important to mention, okay? That's no disrespect, by the way, and I forgot to say that on that video. That's no disrespect to anybody else who I've mentioned the odd time, okay? I did not mean it like that at the end of the day, do you know what I mean? But I could only mention so many who were more or less at the top of my list, okay? And I did it all for a reason. There was a certain time for me to start advertising, and then there was a certain time, there we go, for me to end the advertising with others, yes? But like I say, I've just gone as far as to give you, like I've done on a previous video a few days ago, that I can tell you different places to go, yes? And this one is all to do with Glastonbury Council in our neck of the woods in the old UK, right? And this is to do with a lady who has been doing her research for the past 15 years. Okay, now she was done explaining to those all in the room, yes, she was done explaining it, yes, and she was explaining about these 15-minute cities, about this, what is it, did she mention net zero? Anyway, she was on about the green and on about different things, yes, but she was done saying, there we go, she was done saying it, do you see? And what she was basically asking those to do who were in the room was to open their eyes, open their ears. Do you know what I mean? Pay attention. Do you see? And what she was saying is, because it's Glastonbury and everybody in the UK would know, you know, which we all do, we all know or have heard of Glastonbury. Do you see what I mean? Like the festivals and all different things, yes? Well, she's saying that they could use that, the Glastonbury, to get the words out. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies, yes? Very interesting video to listen to, my delicious little babies, yes? And all you have to do is just go on BitChute. You know, you only have to find Lady Glastonbury. The second that you see that, do you see what I'm saying to you, yes? And it was only uploaded, I do believe, yesterday evening. okay, by the uploader. So that's that then. But yeah, God bless her. God bless that lady, because she was done telling it. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, but of course, you know, with Glastonbury, it's large, isn't it? Do you see what I mean? So I feel that, you know, they could really do really well. Do you see what I'm saying to you in old Glastonbury? Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. Also, there was, what is it, just rather recently, 4,000 protesters in Leeds, in our neck of the woods in the old UK as well, which of course, you know, you've had all different places like Oxford and all different places. Do you see what I mean? So, you know, there's lots of little protests going on in different places, okay? Sorry, so I've just forgot to write that down, my delicious little babies, you know. Sorry about this. I do apologise. Please bear with me and thank you. Okay, so that's that ticked off. Now then, so there's one more thing I'd like to talk about, and I wanted to save this till very last, okay, my delicious little babies. Now, I watched this video yesterday evening, I do believe it was evening time, okay, and it was uploaded. I will mention his name because, you know, he's an MP, Andrew Bridgens, in our UK, okay? Now, what it is, you know, you only have to, you know, go onto a platform, you know, do you know what I mean? Yes? And just type his name in, Andrew Bridgens, okay? But I am going to mention it, you know, I will do this from just occasionally from time to time, right? Because, you know, this is very important, right? Now, it was 37 minutes in when I noticed that it was, you know, uploaded, yes? So, and I started to watch it, yes? And of course, that's gone out to everybody in Mad Dog and Burn, okay? Now, again, we get back to the same thing. Like, if this is anything to do with, you know, getting ka-ching, pound, shilling, pence, dollars and change, taxes and everything, right? You know, fleecing everybody, right? Then you've got a full house. You know, you've got a full parliament. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? But when I seen this is absolutely disgusting to see. There was hardly nobody there, right? And Andrew Bridgens was, you know, putting across what he wanted to say and what he felt was important to say and to point out, okay? Now, towards the end of this, and there is a doctor actually who has, he's done a video, and but there was a small part that, because he cut it off then, okay, that he missed out. But I would well advise my delicious little babies, yes, to look at Andrew Bridgens, and he has his own channel, okay? And you'll see it there. And please watch it until the end, and thank you, thank you, thank you. Because your man there at the end, I swear to dear God Jesus Christ of Nazareth, if I could have flipping got hold of him, yes, okay? I mean, I'm not going to say, my delicious little babies, really, how I felt listening to that piece of shite. Okay, no skin on his face, no skin on the man's face. Do you see what I'm saying to you, yes? Like, for all of those dear babies out there, God bless the beautiful dear souls, dear man, woman, little bairns, adolescents, little babies, God bless, little and large animals, birdies, creatures, great and small, right, to everything, everybody who this is concerning, yes? And for those who passed away and they're still passing away, right, your man there, right at the end it was. You'd have to watch the video, my delicious little babies, right till the end with Andrew Bridgens, right? It's flipping disgusting. I was flipping disgusted. Do Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. And what really pees me off, and this is what I forgot to mention on some of my videos, my delicious little babies, but I'm going to flipping mention this now, right? And what really pees me off is, you know, like when they say in these House of Parliament, and they say, my honourable friend. My honourable friend. I mean, even Andrew Bridgens, God bless him, right? He says, oh, my honourable friend. Well, nobody's very flipping honourable to him, are they? Because they're flipping against him. Do you see what I mean? Because all of those little flipping lackeys in the Parliament, right? None of them was there to be seen, was they? Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? Yes, so where's his friends then? Honourable friend. Crocker flipping shite. It's because it's all read off a script, isn't it? See what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? Anyway, so I was listening to this, and what Andrew Bridgens was asking for is to have this stopped. But no, because our putrid governments, because they're getting orders from you know who, right, are still asked to roll the jabs, jibby jabs, right, out to those, and also, to the elderly and to babies. And I do believe, I'm pretty sure it still is up to the age of 5, because I heard it on another video days and days ago. Do you still say they know what is happening, what has and what is still happening? And Andrew Bridgens is pointing all of this bloody out. I mean, I listened, right? I swear to dear God, Jesus Christ in Nazareth, our dear Creator, I swear to God, and I do not care if somebody says to me, oh, you know, you shouldn't get angry all the time, you shouldn't get... No. Anything like this, I'm flipping damn well, I'm flipping angry. Because this is one's lives out there. Okay? So, Rubes, it's all right, sorry, she's scratching again, okay? She scratches at certain times, I've noticed. Anyway, right, what I'm saying to you is this, my delicious little babies, right, I mean, this is just disgusting. I mean, you got one man there highlighting, right, and then you got another place, where is it, in America, that I listened days ago as well, right, where, you know, they're pointing things out, right, you've hardly got nobody there. Do you see what I'm saying to you, yes? So where's the flipping honour? So they needn't come out with this flipping shite, honourable friend this and honourable friend that. What a crock of flipping shite. Because there's no flipping honour, and there's no honour for the public, and there's no honour globally with all the putrid, pathetic and wicked governments, right, and those, right, there's no flipping honour at all to any of the citizens or anything. The sooner the better, my delicious little babies, the sooner the better. I'm going to close my book. The sooner the better that we get rid of this shite, because that's what they are, shite. And without the ka-ching, those would be nothing, nobodies. Well, they're nobodies to me anyway. And one last thing I want to say, so yes, you well advised, my delicious little babies, yes, okay, because, you know, and for anybody in other parts of the world, and the reason why I say that, and please, when you see the video, you know, who I mentioned, Andrew Bridgens, please forward it, and I mean this globally, okay, because let me tell you, it's in America, it's here, it's, let me tell you. Do you understand? There we go. Do you see what I'm saying to my delicious little babies, right? So it's important to share so that other delicious little babies out there, that they understand and they start bloody damn well waking up. Okay? We've got some we cannot help. I've said it before and I'm saying it again. There are some that we simply cannot help. They're beyond help, right? Sadly. But then you've got others, you know, where they know something's not right, they know something's wrong, but if you just point them in that direction, and then it's a case of giving them time just to wakey. Do you sit to me? I'll just have a sip of my coffee, please, and thank you. You know, for them to wakey, wake up. Okay? Because this is very flipping serious indeed. Okay, and I keep saying this. Now, finally, I am going to mention, which I've known a long time about as well, okay? Which is the online bill. Now, of course, you know what they're trying to do, and I've known this long time anyway, yes, right? So, what they're trying to do is, well, I want to get it through where, you know, nobody's got a freedom of speech. Okay, so nobody can say nothing. Okay, like, even me now. Right, myself now. And even I've had videos taken down. Do you see what I'm saying to my delicious little babies? So, and then you've got larger ones, okay? And then you've got, and this is what it's been like. And I noticed this, there was on a number of occasions some weeks ago where you had YouTubers who had flipping, you know, really high numbers now of subscribers and everything. And they were making a very good business out of their YouTube channels, okay, which they built up, yes, and well, you know, they were then having money stopped being paid to them. Oh, see, it's froze. I haven't done a thing, by the way, my delicious little babies, okay? I haven't done anything, just froze again. Do you see what I'm saying to my delicious little babies? Yes. So, yes, and they were having where YouTube wasn't paying them any ka-ching, you know, missing payments out and everything like that. There's been others who we've known for a long time being demonetised. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? Well, you know, at the end of the day, everybody's entitled to a freedom of speech, I said before, and I say it again. Do you know what I mean? Nobody should have to zip it just because it doesn't suit them. Do you see what I'm saying to my delicious little babies? Yes? But the situation, you know, at the end of the day, you can open a can of worms. That's the old-fashioned saying, figure of speech, my delicious little babies. You can open a can of worms, right? And the thing is, if you've got a lot of little wormies, yes, it's very hard to get back in the can. Do you see what I'm saying to my delicious little babies? Yes? So what they've done, really, what these have done, is they've opened a can of worms. And of course, you know, the consequence is going to be is that it's peeing everybody off. There we are. For those of us who know. Do you see what I'm saying to my delicious little babies? Yes? So that's really, you know, all that I wanted to say, really. I mean, there's nothing more I can say at this point, my delicious little babies, because I feel that I've said enough for now. It's just that what I try to do and make an effort, well, I do actually, as much as I can, is to put out at least one video a day. Okay, my delicious little babies, yes. Now, I may put some readings out today, then again I may not. I mean, it may just very well be that, you know, I'll do it tomorrow or something. Do you understand what I'm saying to my delicious little babies? Yes. But, you know, because like I said, I'm not doing as many readings now. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm trying to focus, well, I'm trying my really utmost to focus on other things that are going on around the world right now. And, of course, you know, I'm trying just to alert some delicious little babies out there who are not aware of all of these things. Do you see what I mean? So really, you know, more, you know, they want to protect their freedom of speech. Well, and again, you see, this is in our neck of the woods in the old UK, right? I mean, a lot of the information, right? Well, it's there, isn't it? It's in, like, you know, it's in everybody's birth race, okay? Because a lot of it's on gov.uk. That's in our neck of the woods in the old UK, you know, for other delicious little babies in other parts of the world. You know, you need to look on your, you know, government's page, okay, please and thank you, my delicious little babies. But then if you dig deeper and deeper and deeper, they're already done telling with all different things. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? So you only have to look at the, you know, but of course they do not rely on a lot to, there we go, to look at things. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? So anyway, so that's my video for today. So thank you so very much for taking the time to listen to my video again. I'm pretty sure I said it at the beginning, okay? So I'm just saying this again. Thank you to you all, okay? And please take care of yourselves, and please, you know, try your best to take care of, there we go, of others as well, okay? And also, sorry, I've just forgotten to mention this, okay? So I do not mention this, I do not wish to mention it, sorry, or to hurt, offend, or upset any dear women or ladies, sorry, out there who have had issues and problems, you know, in their lives with conceiving or anything like that. I do not mean it that way, okay? But what I am going to say, my delicious little babies, is to those of you who do have mothers and who will be celebrating Mother's Day, okay, well, a very happy Mother's Day to you all, okay, my delicious little babies. Have a wonderful time, okay? I always say in life, you know, you only ever get one mum, okay? You know, and lots of different situations in many millions of lives, you know, are all different, okay? Some can have somebody who's like a mum, but she could have been, you know, could be a very beautiful soul to them. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Or could have been a very beautiful, dear soul, yes? But whichever way you look at it, my delicious little babies, you know, please have a wonderful time. Happy Mother's Day to you all, okay, and God bless, and happy Mother's Day to all of the mothers out there, okay, including myself, okay. So, because of course, you know, mothers are mothers every day of the year, not just on Mother's Day, okay. So until my next video, please continue to feel the love, okay. Please give a tap on the back, a shake of the old hand, okay, or give a juicy hug to some family, some friends, some work colleagues, and please tell them that they're wonderful, juicy, delicious, and you love them, okay? Now, until my next video, much love, God bless, take care, thank you, goodbye.